Hello everyone and welcome to Cooking with Kids. Today we will be making maple banana bread. So for today's recipe we'll be using flour, pure maple syrup, sugar, icing sugar, eggs, brown sugar, salt, baking soda, vanilla extract, cinnamon, 4 ripe bananas, and butter. So to begin, we will need to use some oil spray. We will need measuring spoons, parchment paper, a spatula, a bread pan, bread loaf pan, a mixer, and bowls. So to begin our recipe, the first thing we're going to do is open up our 4 ripe bananas. So here we go. Number 1, break it in half and in the bowl. Number 2, break it in half, pour it in the bowl. Number 3, same thing, break it in half. What comes after number 3? You're right, number 4. So now we're going to add our 4th banana. Once you add your 4th banana, you're going to grab a fork, and this is the best part. You guys get to mash up your bananas. Let me see you guys use your fork and mash those bananas up. Keep going. We got lots of mashing to do. You guys are doing a great job. Keep going. Might take a while, but I know you guys can do this. Parents, if this is too much of a long process, you can put them in a food processor to speed up the process. And now we are going to add our 2 tablespoons of brown sugar to our bananas. 1 and 2. Again, that is 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Next, we are going to add our vanilla. That's going to be 1 teaspoon, and then we're going to add a half a teaspoon. Good job. And next, we are going to add a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. So the ingredients you guys have left with your cinnamon, vanilla, and we will put to the side as the leftover ingredients will be used for the glaze. So this is about the consistency we want our bananas to be. We want to make sure that all those ingredients are mixed in well, and this is what it should look like when it's all done. Next, we're going to grab one of our larger bowls, and we are going to mix in our butter and our sugar. And for this, we are going to use the mixer, and we want to mix this until it's nice and fluffy. So for the butter, we are going to use a half a cup of unsalted butter. And for sugar, we will be using 1 cup of sugar. So we're going to turn our mixer on about low speed. We just want to make sure that that gets well mixed in, and we want it to look fluffy. Once it's fluffy, then you'll know it's done. Next, we're going to add our 2 eggs to the mixture. So here we go. 1 and number 2. Once we get our eggs in there, we're going to pick up our mixer again and give it a good mix. Keep stirring until you see that all ingredients have been combined. Next, we are going to sift in our 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I don't have a sifter, so I'm improvising and I'm just using my cheese grater lid. And then next, we are going to add our 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then we're going to pick up our mixer and mix all of those ingredients in together. And this is what our batter should look like once all our ingredients are mixed in well and combined. Once this part is done, it's time to add the bananas that we made earlier. So I'm just going to pour this right into our other bowl. So this is now our banana mixture, and we're just adding that to our batter. And again, this is when we're going to need our mixer, and we're going to mix the banana and the batter all together at a low speed. And now it's time to pour our batter into our greased bread pan. The batter is quite heavy, so we might need mommy or daddy or grandma or grandpa's help doing this. But we're just going to grab that spatula. We're going to pour that all in there. Pour, pour, pour. Oh, you guys are doing such a great job. And then we're going to just use our spatula and we're just going to spread that and even it out. And what I like to do is I like to take the bread pan and just bang it a few times on the counter just to get out any air bubbles. Bang, bang. There we go. Do that a few times and then our bread is ready to go into the oven. And we are going to bake this for 35 to 40 minutes. And here is our maple banana bread fresh out the oven. So I'm just going to flip this over and I'm going to put this on a cooling rack and we're going to let this cool for about 10 minutes. So while we wait for our bread to cool off, we are going to start on the glaze. So we're going to turn our stovetop on to about medium heat. And I'm going to start here with 1/4 cup of unsalted butter. We're going to use 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/2 cup of maple syrup, and we are going to sift in 1 cup of powdered sugar. If you feel 1 cup of powdered sugar is too much, you do not need to add that much. You could cut this in half. It is just for the glaze. Once all our ingredients are mixed and melted and well together, we are going to remove our saucepan from the heat onto a different part of the stove, and we are going to sift in our 1 cup of icing sugar. So I've removed it from the heat and now I'm sifting in my 1 cup of powdered sugar. At the same time mixing. This does get messy, so be prepared. And again, you do not need to use a full cup of powdered sugar if you choose not to do so. It is just to thicken up the glaze that goes on top of the maple banana bread. So once your glaze is all done, I'm just going to pour it in here to a measuring cup to let it cool off. And when it's ready, I'm going to pour on top of my cooled off bread. The longer you leave your icing, the thicker it will get. This one has gotten really thick. And here I am adding my maple glaze into my bread loaf. So I'm just kind of going back and forth. You can add as much or as little glaze as you like. It's your cake, it's your choice. And here is my maple glazed banana bread all cooled off. Now it's time to eat. I hope you guys enjoyed making this recipe. Did you guys add anything to your banana bread like chocolate chips or walnuts? Well, until next time, bye!